Hello, welcome to my channel. You may have been here before, you may not have. Well, today I'm going to put two small hatchets to the test. The Gransfors Bruks wildlife hatchet and the Gransfors Bruks outdoor axe. My plan today will be do a little bit of chopping. I will do a bit of splitting. I will do a feather stick with each, and I will fashion the outline of a spoon, so a bit of carving, and I will tell you what I think. Well, that's the chopping test done. Not a lot in it really. I think the extra length on the outdoor axe helps, but the handle on the wildlife hatchet is definitely more comfortable being flatter in profile. At this point, some of you are thinking to yourself, it's an axe test, why did he use a saw? Basically because I like using saws. Silky saws, in my opinion, are fantastic, and paired with a small hatchet you can do a lot of stuff. When you're chopping wood, you lose a lot of wood to chips. When you think about it, you're going to lose that much wood by chopping, and I want to stand it up on the log to split downwards anyway, and obviously I can't do that when they're cut into a cone. Unfair, this one's got damp in it. Well, the wildlife hatchet definitely wins that one, without a doubt. Nothing wrong with this, but there's definitely a difference in the head weight, and for a splitter, well, you need head weight. That is a little bit small, and I think because the handle's a little bit longer, they feel the same weight, but definitely the head weight on that isn't as good as the other one. Well, that's the first splitting test, dead wood for the fire. I'm going to split up now. I got a quarter round of dead sycamore, pretty hard, so that's going to be more of a challenge. I told you it was going to be more of a challenge. So I'm putting a line now across the top, try and make it easier to split. Let's try this one. Yes, I'm having problems with this with a small axe. We'll take a smaller piece off. Finally. I'm going to split a bit of spruce up now, make some feather sticks. Well, I'm not going to win any medals for Feather Sticker of the Year with them two. But I did find that the outdoor axe shaved a bit better. Whether it's because of the angle of the grind, which it probably is. That's the best place for them. And for my final test, I got a piece of this sycamore. I'm going to make a rudimentary spoon blank out of it. Now I was going to do two, but time's getting away from me. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to split this down, and I'm going to do one side with one axe and one side with the other. Well, my conclusion with these two axes, hatchets, whatever you want to call them, there's not much in it. I think the main differences are the head weight and the handles. Both chop just fine, both split okay, but the wildlife hatchet, probably because it's got a heavier head, wins on the splitting. Feather sticking, well, would you really feather stick with an axe? No, I wouldn't. I'd use a knife. But at a push, you know, you can make curls with it, with both of them. But I think the outdoor axe wins there. And carving wise, I think the outdoor axe wins as well. I prefer the angle of the grind of it, but I do prefer the handle on the wildlife. You've got more control because it's flatter, it's easier to hold. Well, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you're going to buy either one of them two, it's given you a bit of insight. I can't really draw much of a line between them. So thanks for watching. Hope you appreciated my video, because I do buy everything myself. Nobody sends me anything. I'm too bloody honest. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and a thumbs up is always appreciated. Now the video is over, I'm going to have a rant. Last year, was it last year or the beginning of this year? One or the other. I did a few videos on axes. Axes and saws. Gransfors, my wetterlings, a few of them. And I had a comment from a guy, an American guy, who must have been some kind of reenactor or something. And he gave me a right going over, telling me that using a saw in the woods was wrong. He said that the old pioneers would never have used a saw. They had an axe and several knives for different jobs. Well, let's face it, this is 2020 and we can buy some nice kit. Silky saws, different axes. We've got it all at our disposal. So what this guy said was a load of shit, basically. Do you think for 1 minute that Daniel Boone or Nesmuk, say, if they could have had a silky saw and a really nice axe made from modern materials with such good quality control, they wouldn't have had them? They would have definitely had a silky saw, because they're brilliant. So rant over, that guy was a knob. A complete knob. One more thing. My pal Scott, Welsh Woodsman, I'd like you to do this video as well. You've got both axes and you're a far better carver than I am, so I'd like to see your video on the same thing. Little challenge for you, something to do. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you don't watch Scott, watch him, Welsh Woodsman Outdoors. Especially if you like carving, he is shit hot. Hello. Hello. This is new. I've just had this. But I've had one of these before. And because of this slim rounded handle, I got rid of it. And I bought the wildlife instead. But looking at it now, I should have kept it and bought a wildlife as well. I do like my kit. That'll definitely come out to play with me. Probably more in the summer months when I don't have to split so much wood. So, they're both good. Or you can go to a cheaper option, wetterlings, halterfors. They're all good. As long as they're nice and sharp and you've got used to them and you know their limitations, they're all good.